Welcome to the Odawa Native Friendship Center's Urban Aboriginal Elementary High School program graduation for 2011.
This year was really tough because we had many students that has really improved in so many ways. But there was a couple that really stood out. So we're going to start off with an honorable mention. And for this student, she had really struggled throughout her year, and it was tough for her. But she really pulled it together in the last 2 months of her education, and that's Mary. She really worked really hard, and was really improved. So Mary, you want to come up with this? Is the highest achievement. Again, there was a few students that really stood out with this award, but one student really stood out. She worked extremely hard. First semester, she actually received or completed 6 credits, and she sort of lost her motivation second semester, but she still did very well, and that's Caroline. So I'll ask Caroline to come out and come. When it came to picking the outdoor ed winner, it's not just based on attending all the activities. We look at students that really presented leadership skills. Our winner for this year is, again, she's not I guess stranger for the stage, and that's Caroline. Can you come up for your argument?
Shown the most progress and the most highest achievement in literacy skills. And we have a student who came to us before I was here, but I understand he's had a lot of growing to do and did do a lot of growing. And just when I was working with him in the literacy course, I saw a student who really did struggle in many areas in literacy, but then worked really hard. He was here every day at 9:30 working hard through the course. And not just in the literacy course, but also in his English course. And he achieved a lot more than, well, just achieved a lot. Like, he did a really good job. So I want to congratulate Brandon. Come on up.
The next award that we're presenting is for attendance. This is not the perfect attendance award, but what we give out is the best attendance. And that's been an issue with our program this year, that the students have really struggled with attendance, and a lot of them come to us with that issue. But we had one student, since she's been with our program, has had the best attendance. She comes all the way from Orleans, and she is here almost every day, close to on time or shortly after, but she really makes that effort to get here on time. And like I said, she's had a really good attendance since she's been in the program, and she is one of our graduates. So I want to call Amber Trudeau. Come on up. The next award that we're presenting is for our visual arts course. And in our visual arts course, some people look at visual arts and they think it's just about drawing, and it's just about being the best artist. Well, no. In our course, we do a variety of things. We do beadwork. We do, a couple years ago, we made ribbon shirts, and we've done various things. But this year, I've really noticed that a lot of the students that come to us have very artistic skills, and they really have shown that in everything that they've done. Is Fraser White Duck. He has really shown a lot of growth in his art. So you can come up and get a certificate from us. That we selected for this award is somebody that has really shown some very artistic skills, not only in drawing, but everything she's done. She's very fashionable in the way that she dresses, but also the way that she draws and colors and her beadwork. I know she struggled a little bit with it, but you know what? She pulled it off. And even when we were away on the canoe trip, she actually was doing a piece of beadwork for somebody. So that is Keel. So can I ask Keel to please come up and get your
My name is Monique Manach, and as Selena mentioned, I'm with Indigenous Culture and Media Innovations. And we've been really fortunate. We've been with the school for 3 years, this is our 3rd year. And so I'm very proud to present 2 awards. And the first one is Most Improved. Now this student came to us, and at first we didn't see a lot of them, but then he started showing up with regularity, which surprised me. I'm always surprised when students come in, but they seem to like it, so that's a good thing. And worked very, very hard, and shared, gave us a lot of joy. And that's Mr. Sackney. It was hard. This year was especially hard in deciding who was our best overall student, because each of them are so unique, and each of them bring something very, very special to the program. After a lot of discussion, we finally decided that this year it would be Zoe Trudeau.
So I had some medals made up because this year I had 4 students that participated in the Dragon Boat, and they worked really, really hard with Elizabeth Winwood. And we were competing with other schools. There were 6 schools that were there, and our Dragon Boat actually took 3rd. So I want to call those 4 students to come up. Jamie, Caroline, Josh, and Mary. Can you please come up? Get your medals. The next award that I want to present is the new award that we actually created this year, just because, like I said, there were so many different things that happened throughout the year, especially the way that the students have grown in so many ways. So we came up with an award called the 4 Directions. And the reason why we call it the Four Directions is because when I look at the winner of this award, that he has grown in so many ways. Academically, he has grown, physically, he has grown, mentally, and spiritual. And so we were looking for something to kind of demonstrate that award because, like I said, this student, when he came to us, he was a student that would come in the classroom and he'd sit down and he would kind of just do his own thing. Didn't really interact with the other students, kind of just took a sweet old time doing things. Remember when we were in the visual arts, they had to draw a design for their beaded bracelet they were making. Well, most students got that done in one class. This student, it took him almost 2 weeks because he sat there and he was on the computer coloring each color, but he literally got it done. But he really, really worked extremely hard. And like I said, we've seen him grown in so many ways. And even after the camping trip, I couldn't get him to stop talking. He was talking to everybody in the classroom. And we went on our canoe trip and he just brought that sense of humor to everybody. And that's Josh Sarrazin. So can you please come up and get your Four Directions award?
Well, you've seen her already. She gets involved in all kinds of things. She's very compassionate, very sensitive, very caring. I could go on and on, but we've decided that Keo Langdon.
Of all the years that we've been doing the canoe trip, this group of students deserve a round of applause. I mean, they worked extremely hard. Of all the years that I've been taking students on the canoe trip, I didn't have to do as much work. They did all the work. So they all deserve a round of applause. They worked extremely hard. We are going to be presenting each student with a gift certificate from Trailhead, a water bottle, and then we will be presenting the overall leadership award from this group. Like each and every one of the students has shown leadership in one form or another. And Nick, you should be up here with us, Nick, wherever you are. Come on, Nick, come on up here. You know, he also really worked hard with the students. And his motivation as well has really, really made a difference. So again, let's give this group of students another great round of applause. So for our overall leadership award, we have 2 winners. Every year I select a male and a female. Again, like they all did an extremely great job, and I'm proud of every one of them. Like my heart is so full when I think about the trip and their experience. You know, it's great to watch them. We had all the students select certain students for the awards, and that's why we decided to give everybody a certificate. But we have 2 overall winners, and these 2 students really, really stood out. I'll start with the female. The winner for this year's leadership award is Brittany. Brittany was a student that stood out, but she really has demonstrated that leadership role in so many ways. Like I said, she was running up and down the path, coming back, and put her stuff down, and there she goes, running down the path again. Well, I had a canoe on my head. There's Brittany. All I could see is these feet going running past me. So let's give a round of applause for Brittany. This year we didn't have a whole lot of males on the trip, and every one of them has shown leadership in some way or form. But there's been one student that really stood out, and that's Tyler Sackany. He really took care of the group. He would make sure that every canoe was packed, and he just made sure we were all ready to go before. We were always the last canoe to take off from our portages because he took care of everybody on the canoe trip. So this is Tyler Sackney. Let's give him a round of applause. I just want to call Josh Saracen back up here. We're giving him an honorable mention for the outdoor leadership. So can you come back up and get your certificate, please? So what we want to do is present each student with a certificate, and so we're going to call you up and we'll present those. It's a certificate of recognition. The first one we're going to call it is Caroline for being caring, compassionate, curious, and helpful. The next one is for Mary for the dedication and courage to pursue her lifelong journey while facing challenges in the way. The next one is for Amber Trudeau for being dedicated to her learning, reaching her goals, and helping others. Next one is Liberty Rivers for continuing her lifelong journey of learning and gaining knowledge and wisdom. Jamie for being dedicated to her learning with honesty and respect towards others. Fraser Whiteduck for being committed to his lifelong journey, acquiring the wisdom and knowledge of his culture. Safara Young for being a seeker of truth, knowledge, and wisdom. Zoe Trudeau for demonstrating an awareness of the importance of her education journey. Brandon Gordon for continuing his lifelong journey of learning, gaining knowledge, and wisdom. Ace for being dedicated to his learning journey and becoming aware of his gifts with honesty and humility. For the next one I want to present to is Kamei Demiris. We're lucky she's actually still with us. She's ready to have her baby in about, I think, on Saturday, so we're lucky she's actually still here with us for demonstrating courage and wisdom as she pursues her lifelong journey. The next student is Brittany for demonstrating courage, love, and compassion towards others. Please come up. And the last student that we have a certificate for is for Keo for demonstrating courage, honesty, and compassion towards others. Please stand. So those are our certificates. We forgot another honorable mention mention for the outdoor leadership, and that's for Jamie. So can you please come up and get your certificate? Another student that is receiving the wisdom is Ace. You know, he's about to be a father. He's had a lot of things up and down in his life this year, but you know what? He's here and he's got what he did this year, and he's worked extremely hard, and hopefully next year he can finish it all up and he'll be one of our final graduates next year. So Ace, congratulations. Okay, every time we present this award, everybody's like, oh my God, love. What's love all about? Or read the description. But the students that's receiving this award isn't a stranger to the stage. She's been up here a couple times already. But she has really taken that, when you really look at that description of love and what that means, she has really shown that to everybody in the program, but everybody in the program has also shown that towards her. Because when she first came to us, you know, I think she was a little bit shy about it, and she was a little bit up and down, not sure if this program was for her. I know at one time when she came for the interview, she wasn't sure if she was going to come to our school or go somewhere else. But I'm so glad she made that decision to come here, because I've seen her grow in so many ways. And again, she brings a lot of laughter to us. She's a student that no matter where we are, she has to look her best. We went biking, there's Keel. Keel was our winner, but she showed up with high heels. And the people at the biking place were laughing at her because she's going biking in high heels. I said, that's Keel. But so come on up, Keel. You really worked hard and we'll talk about it. So our next award is about respect. Respect is everybody has their own definition of respect. To me, respect is about just showing that towards each other, and again, talking about when you look at the two that have already been presented, that respect has all of that in there. It talks about accepting everybody for who they are, accepting their gifts, and also accepting their challenges, because we all have things that we need to work on, and everybody that comes into our program has that, and we all know that. But this student that is receiving this award doesn't judge that, and she just accepts the students for who they are, but also helps them find those gifts and helps them find out who they are and helps them become that strong individual Nishnawbe-Kwe, or becoming that individual strong male in our school, but also just being an Aboriginal person. We all have those gifts and those special things that we need to find within ourselves. And this student has really helped those students find that, and that's Caroline. Can you please come up? Okay, the next award we're presenting, on the program it says Courage or Bravery. We call it Courage. Again, this student was with us just for half a semester, but she has really taken, again, she's really pushed herself at times, you know. Like I've already talked a little bit about her, on the canoe trip. She wasn't one that just sit back, you know. She was the one that would take care of people at certain times throughout different parts of the program. One example is when we went on our camping trip to Bob Stevens' at Thompson Island. We were having supper, and Bob finished his dinner, and she kindly just went up to Bob and took his plate and went and washed it for him. So she really, you know, took that and took care of him. And she's shown that in so many different ways throughout her semester with us. And you know, the fact that she's very, you know, she's young and and she really pushes herself, and she already knows what she wants to be. So, and one of her goals is to be a doctor, and that's Jamie. And so we call her Dr. Jamie, so we hope she pursues that goal. The next award for the 7th grandfather teachings is honesty. Oh, this student, oh my goodness, I have lots of stories about him, but I won't share them all. Because Tom always tells me I talk too much, so I'll try to shorten this. This student, when he came to us, he's been trying to get into the program probably for the last couple of years. His sister was one of our first graduates in the program, and now that he's with us, he's not with us today, unfortunately, but I'm still going to talk a little bit about him because he has really grown in so many ways, and that's Jesse Kai. He's a student that came to us, and every day he had a story. Every day we'd have to sit there sometimes, and he would talk for 2-3 hours sometimes. But, you know, it was important for him, and we took that time to listen to him because he was very honest about what was going on in his life. You know, it hasn't been easy for him, but he talked about that, and he shared that with us. And sometimes I'd have to remind him that he is in a school and that we are teachers and that he has to watch sometimes what he tells us. But, you know, he just needed that time, and he needed that place to share something. And I think this is the first time that he actually felt comfortable with somebody in education, that he could talk about what's going on in his life, that he's not being judged, and he's really, you know, sharing what's going on in his life. And the first time, he said this is the first time that he's actually received credits while he was going to school in an education setting. So, and I think it's just because we're a smaller school and that he knows that he's at a place where people actually care. So, like I said, there's lots I could share about Jesse, but I'll stop there and just say, let's give him a round of applause for his work. This student has also won a couple awards here today, but we're going on to humility. He's a student that just brings so much to the classroom, not only in the classroom, but in the outdoor settings. He's a student that really he's just himself. He doesn't brag about the skills. He's got so many qualities in so many ways. He's shown leadership. He brings laughter. And every time I walk by the media arts classroom, sometimes I think they're having too much fun in there because they're always laughing. But that's a good thing. So the student that's winning this award this year is Tyler Sackney, and he's getting humility. So truth. This is kind of an overall award. So it kind of looks at all the 7th grandfather or the 6th grandfather teachings that we've already talked about, and it kind of puts them all together. And you know, this is a student that actually believes in all of the 7th or the 6th grandfather teachings, but also not just believes in them, but she walks them in her own way, in her own way. She has shown this in so many ways. For a while, I thought we lost her because she likes to just get up and go. All of a sudden, she's gone to Timmins, she's gone to Cochrane. For a while, we lost her. I have no idea. Wasn't sure she's going to come back to us. And I called her dad, and he didn't even know where she was. So she just kind of gets up and goes when she needs it, but she needs to do things for herself. And she did that when she came back to us, and I was really, really honored. When she came back to us, she was a different student, though. She needed to take that time for herself. She worked so hard those last few days before marks were due. She was the one that was there, and she was working at 5 o'clock. She was just typing away. She had Facebook on, but she was still doing her assignments in the background. You know, I was like, "Are you sure you're doing your work again on Facebook?" She said, "No, I'm doing it." And sure enough, you know, she handed in like 6 or 7 assignments to me at the end. And this student has shown us in so many ways, like especially when we were out on a camping trip or canoe trip, she just took that over, and she really helped the students find who they are, and actually, again, brought brought that laughter, but also when people were getting tired, she helped them bring that up, especially when I saw her running through the bushes, down the trail there. There's Brittany going down the hill. So that's our winner for the truth, and that's Brittany. Can you please come up for your award? Grandfather teachings are kind of the awards for the overall case smoke. So yeah, so our winner for the case smoke award is, before I mention the winner, I just wanted to make one other recognition, or the student that's winning this case smoke award is also won an award through the Board of Education. There was a student recognition night, and she was also honored among all the other schools, and that's Anne Trudeau. So let's give her a round. She also won the
Okay, at this time then, I would like to call Nick Harris to the stage, please.
Nick, you're awesome. Even though I didn't get my English done, the lessons that I did get done, I wouldn't have gotten done without you. And I want to say thank you. And I'll miss you very much, and hope to see you in Australia maybe in a couple of years.
I want to thank the teachers, Nick especially. He helped me finish my grade 12 English. Thank you, and you're awesome. And yeah, thanks.
I haven't been here very long, but I can see that Nick was a huge part of the school and made a really awesome part of the canoe trip with his accent and such. Aussie! He's a great man.
But anyhow, I just want to say thank you very much for giving me a wonderful experience. And even if I do get work next September, I'll be coming back to this school whenever I can to continue learning from you and take what I've gained from you back to Australia, so that we in Australia can benefit from the experiences that I've learned here and your wisdom as well. So thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Nick has been a major inspiration to all the students in the program. You know, like he said, the students have given him so much that he can take back with him. But I think on the other side, Nick, you have given so much to these students. You know, I put together a frame that all the students signed.
The first time I came to this school, I was like 15, and I was having problems at my first school. And we explained the situation to Selena, and Selena allowed me to go on a camping trip with the school before I would join the following semester. The camping trip was really terrible. It was winter camping, and we slept on the floor of a half-built cabin. And I just remember freezing in a -30 sleeping bag. But yes, it was a terrible trip, but it was the people that made that trip. Yeah, I started coming to the school the following semester after that, and I don't know, I left and I came back, and I couldn't stay away from the program because it's really something different. Selena really creates an awesome atmosphere.
An example would be this year, I almost did not graduate, but I came every day. So what was I doing every single day this past year? Yeah, all the teachers, Selena, Rick, Kat, Mel when she was here, they created such an awesome environment that everyone really, really enjoys, you know. I made a lot of good friends here, and I made a lot of good friends that aren't even in the school anymore, but I still see them. And I hope, you know, hang out after I'm gone, so guys, please. I get to watch Kamei. She's gonna pop out a baby this weekend, probably. Yeah. I'm really gonna miss this place. Like the whole building. I see, you know, people I see all the time coming in and out of the elevators, roaming around here. I'll really, really miss it. Miss it so much that I'm planning on coming back again next year to get some more credits. Yeah, that's essentially it. I'll just, you know, miss everything about the school, the people, the camping trips, and just everything everyone brought to the program. It was just amazing. And when I first started here, I would not have thought I'd be standing here, actually talking. This school really changed me, and it's given me a lot of opportunities. With Monique's program, I'm happy to be doing that now. But yes, that's it.
So the first graduate that we're going to call up is Brandon Gordon. He did it. The next graduate that is Mary, and just before she comes up, I just wanted to say a couple words about Mary. Mary came to us about 3 years ago, and one thing that stood out is that she speaks 3 languages, and to this day, every time we mention that, she always thinks that that's normal, and we're like, no, Mary, you know, you can have any job anywhere because you speak those languages. But like I said, without Nick, or like she said, you know, without Nick, she probably wouldn't be sitting there today. He really pushed her, we really pushed her, and we believed in her, and all we hope her is all the best wherever she goes. And she wants to, I believe, go to college in ECE, and we hope her all the best. I think she can do well. Just keep motivated, and remember that we're always here if you need any help. Be much. And I believe she's off to college, and I'm not quite sure what, but we wish her all the best of luck, and I'm sure she'll do well no matter what she does. The last graduate that we have for this year is Amber Trudeau. I think I've said a lot about Amber. You know, we just wish you all the best of luck, and no matter what you pursue, I'm sure you do well. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you all here next year.